friends, welcome to Data Pandit. In continuation with the Abinitio tutorial series, I'm going to talk about some important M commands in Abinitio today. So I'm going to touch upon a few important, probably 5 to 6 M commands, which are commonly used, and they are they are uh, they are very useful commands, whether it's a development environment or a production system environment. So they are day-to-day basis, as a developer or as a production system analyst, they are very useful. So let's talk about the first command, which is m underscore mkfs. So many a time, as a developer, we need to do some POC and how a particular graph will run in multi-file system. We could go ahead and create using m underscore mkfs. We don't have to take the permission from the CON, or the admin people. We can go ahead and create the multi-file system using KFS and do or small POC and see the results. Okay, and in that way, I mean, this is MKFS command is very useful to create multi-file system. Okay, create system. We already talked about this command, but I have touched upon the use case of this mkfs command. The second command is underscore dump. So this is also a very useful command, and it will require the record format of the file and the data file and the action what we want to do. So there are many actions we could do. M underscore dump. M underscore dump is to display the this data file records based on this record format of that particular file. So majorly it's used printing the data for analysis purpose. Many times you don't know, how the the file looks like, so we can go ahead and use this command, and in terminal we can see the content of the file. In any environment, we can go to Unix terminal and do execute this command. Okay, getting subset of the records. So we can get the subset of the records. We can get the few records. Let's say we have thousands of records and we want to see the first few hundred records, or maybe records from 1001 to 1100. So those 100 code we want to see, and see if any issues come. So sometimes whenever graph runs and it says that the record number 132 or record number 500 has an issue, so we want to see that record. So m underscore dump is very useful in those cases to see the content of the file. Okay, and we can count the number of records using m underscore dump command. This is also, so it comes with various options. Okay, and the third command is m underscore cleanup. Minus j job log file. Okay, so it lists the temporary files created in working directory. Okay, so whenever our graph runs, the launcher process and the launcher process give the control to the agent process. So those processes creates the job log files and the temporary files. Mostly the extension of this file will be nlg and HLG. Okay, .HLG. So these are the extension of those files which are created by agent or launcher process. So we have to give the job log file, and the m underscore cleanup would list the file. Why we need this? So whenever our job fails due to uncommon ways. Uncommon ways in the sense of this abruptly shutting down the server, uh, and in those cases we do not have the recovery file. Uh, so So in those cases, we want to remove all the temporary file which are created while executing the graph or job or pset. In those cases, we have to list down different job log files. Okay, and many times I mean it is used used in combination with the m underscore cleanup underscore rm, because m underscore cleanup will only list the file, but we have to remove those files, right? And mostly it is used when the file job fails in uncommon ways, and the corresponding recovery file we do not have, and we cannot achieve the the last completed checkpoint while removing the recovery file. So if we don't have recovery file, we have to remove all the job log files. So why we remove those job log files is because if it's to make the downstream process successful. So any file system should not be locked using the current process, so that the downstream process cannot run. So how we are use this is we go to we find all the files in AV working directory, which names appear as a like I said, you know dot. Let's say I'm going to specify the regular expression and the round bracket expression, and I have to see all the files which are older than 2 days and which are associated with user me, and I would give all the input to the XARGS that will give underscore. Okay. So what this command signifies is that the find command will go and see into the AV working directory and will name all those files which are related to user RAM and having 2 days old, and it will buffer. XARGS would behave as a buffer to give the uh, output of input to the m underscore cleanup. So it's behave as a buffer, okay, and then okay, or m underscore cleanup underscore rm, okay. So we can get the list and we can move all the files. Okay. The fourth command is m underscore rollback. This is also related to m underscore rollback hyphen d and m underscore uh, cleanup underscore rm. So these are the verses or or else command actually. So when we use m underscore rollback or when we use m underscore cleanup. So m underscore rollback is used when, so whenever the job fails in uncommon ways, and uh, we have the recovery file, but sometimes what happens is the uh, job fails in between state. Uh, for example, if any job is writing the data into the file system or output file A, and suddenly the server goes down or any other issues happens, so the log to that output data set, output file will remain, and the job fails in the so in that case we have to recover the job. So if the recovery file is there, then we have to use the underscore rollback command hyphen d and that recovery file, so that we can release the log for the output data sets, so that any other process who wants that file to be accessed can get the access to. And m underscore cleanup underscore rm. So for if we so that underscore cleanup underscore like we have already seen in example number three is to remove the HLG and NLG file. Yeah, the AB working directory, temporary files created by agent launcher process, and any other file created by the graph. So in the case of underscore, we would need the REC file, but in case of underscore cleanup underscore RM to execute, so we don't need the REC file. And also, if our component or job is running on multiple computers or on multiple host systems, then underscore cleanup, if we have to use, then we have to we run this command for to the every computer directory. Okay. So if but underscore look, if we have RSC file and we can use, you know in a single shot we can remove the RSC file and we can achieve the last checkpoint status, last committed checkpoint. Okay, but underscore cleanup we have to run in all the computers in the sense of, if our component is running or a graph is running in multi-way, and it's executed in multiple places, then we have to go to that computer, and each of those computers, whichever whichever computers used by our jobs. Okay. And so the fifth command, I'm considering it as a underscore eval commands. So this is to evaluate the DML expression. DML expression evaluation. So the runtime, if you have to check some expression and we want to put that expression filter by expression or any other place in plan level or graph level, or maybe like parameter set level, we want to see the value of any expression, we can use underscore eval that command. Let's say I'm checking the value of simple date part now -1 or something. Okay, I'm going to close this. So if I want to evaluate this value, or as simple as that, we want to achieve 4 plus 5, I want to see that result is a 9 now, and it would result as a 2021 -1 is a today's 19, it should be 18, 5 18. Okay, likewise, any other complex expression also you want to evaluate, then we can use and go ahead and evaluate. Okay. So, and the sixth command I'm going to use as a underscore partition. However, this command is deprecated, but still it's documented in the latest version of the Abinitio product. So this is used, you know, to 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 when used whenever we want to create a multi-file system from two-way to four-way, or four-way to two-way, or maybe from multi-file system to serial system. So in those cases, we use the underscore partition command. If you want to use in a command or terminal, or maybe as a part of script, so we have to give the source URL. Let's say source is two-way, then we have to give the two-way URL, and we have to create the target or destination URL. Is a destination URL, and we need to give the DML of that. Okay, what are the required format of, or if we have key based partitioning, then we have to supply the key as well. So normally we don't use this, but if anything happens, like our development environment or a test environment have a four-way multi-file system, And our production environment is A2A multi-file system, and any failure happens in one of the graph, if we have to drag the data set from production to the lower environment. So in those cases, we could create that file system to the serial there in production environment, and then get the file into the test environment or development environment, and then again we can create the from the serial to whole multi-file system. So this command is useful in those cases, but mostly we create the graph to repartitioning the any particular data set. We create the part generic graph in all the environments, and whichever way we want to use, we can control using the parameters. Okay, so with that, I think I have touch based few important commands. Let's see, and we'll do uh, more on Abinitio. Okay, thank you so much.